We're glad to introduce you as new employees in the City of North Charleston. We welcome you aboard. Public service is one of the greatest callings you can ever have, where you make a living providing a better quality of life for the people that you serve. These folks standing in front of you are your council members. They're the folks that approve everything that we do in the city, including the budget, and making sure that we're able to hire people and get the job done for our citizens. And we hope that you find that this is a calling that you have, serving the people of the city of North Charleston, and we look forward many years together of service to the community. Thank you for being a part of our team. God bless you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. Glad to have you aboard. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to ask Dole Best to come forward. I'd like to introduce him to you. Dole is our new recreation director for the city of North Charleston. Dole comes to us from the city of Somerville. I told him it sort of fits because if they ever changed that R to Y, it would be Somerville, and it would work pretty good. I'm going to let you come forward and give us a little of your background, Dole, and you probably would like to introduce your lovely wife as well.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, thank you for having me. I am very excited to be coming aboard here in North Charleston. I think a lot about what you have going on here in the city of North Charleston. Thought a lot of my predecessor, Mr. Ed Barfield. I look forward to getting in next week and going to working alongside each of you and serving the residents here in North Charleston. My wife is here with me this evening, Catherine. So if you'd like to say hello. We also have two kids. We left them at home with Catherine's mom. They a little too late for them for this evening. But again, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for giving me. Where you went to school. Okay, I went to Clemson University, so got
But y'all has 7 years, I think, at Somerville.
A little over 7 as director. I've been with them for a little over 9 years.
And then you were
with the city of Charleston prior to that.
So you've got a lot of experience, and he's going to help us move forward in our rec program. We've always been great in a lot of the programs, baseball, basketball, and those types of things, but I think we're going to get a little more engaged in some of the other kickball sports that are becoming very popular throughout the area. I don't think we kept up to date with those as we should. And then with our swimming programs we've got, we're looking forward to a long time together serving the people of North Charleston. Welcome.
Thanks, sir.
I'm going to ask Perry Green to please come forward. Perry is with our golf course. He's done an outstanding job at the golf course, not only in operation, but in what we're doing to serve other areas, especially in youth golf and in working with our veterans. And so I've asked him to come so we can read this proclamation to him.
Whereas, as the late golf legend Arnold Palmer said, success in golf depends less on strength of the body than upon strength of the mind and character. And through the career of Perry Green, he has sought not to singularly improve an individual's golf game, but to improve the person and the spirit. And whereas, a member of the PGA and teacher since 1982, the work of Perry Green at the Golf Club at Westcott and beyond has been hallmarked with positive outreach and effort with immeasurable effects. And whereas Perry Green founded the LPGA and the USGA Girls Golf of Charleston, is a coach for the First Tee of Greater Charleston, and has been appropriately honored as a recipient of the Carolinas PGA Youth Play Development Award. And whereas Perry Green's contributions to PGA Hope Charleston, an initiative to teach golf to veterans and returning wounded warriors, has truly and definitively saved lives in our community, wherein more than his golf instruction, but his compassion and care has played an extraordinary role for transitioning and healing warriors. And whereas the PGA, the Golf Club at Westcott Plantation, the City of North Charleston, the Low Country, and beyond are honored and privileged to have Perry Green as part of our community, and we can conclusively attest that his contributions have made this world a better place. And now, therefore, be it resolved that I, R. Keith Summy, Mayor of the City of North Charleston, do hereby recognize Perry Green for his positive impact on the individuals who wish to learn, grow, and heal through the game of golf.
Perry, thank you for what you're doing at our course. It says a lot about you as an individual, but it also makes us look good and makes us people know that we are a caring community, and we try to exhibit that in everything we can do, and you have followed that to a T for us and have done a great job, and we greatly appreciate everything that you do. We want to present you with this proclamation and let you make a few remarks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all know me. I'm usually not shy about speaking, but I almost have no words. This is really quite an honor. But I'm not without words. I'll say that 22 veterans committed suicide today, statistically here in the United States. 22 more will commit suicide tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Here in North Charleston, we're taking that on. We're taking on that statistic in our little corner of the United States. And PGA Hope is aptly named because it's giving these veterans just that. It's giving them hope when they don't think they have it. The immeasurable therapeutic value of PGA Hope, of a simple thing like coming together with your brothers and sisters in arms for a sport like golf, to be out in the fresh air, and a simple thing like a nod from your buddy that, yeah, I've been there, I'm there with you, seems to be a lot better than sitting in a circle in a closed room talking about the worst day of your life. And Westcott is the place, the perfect place for that to happen, with a large practice facility and 27 holes that we can get these veterans on. And I just am immeasurably blessed to be able to work for the company that I work for, Classic Golf, and to be working at a facility that is owned by you all, that make this program, that your support makes this program possible. And I hope I can continue with this program and bring other programs and get us some more notoriety in the future. But thank you all for giving me the opportunity to do things like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, Madam Clerk.
You have before you the minutes from the North Charleston City Council meeting December 19th.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Rome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Hayward? Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King? Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
And Mayor Summy.
Aye.
The next item on the agenda is an ordinance for final reading adopting a bill to be entitled an annexation ordinance of the City of North Charleston annexing an area known as 53-P in Charleston County, identified as TMS number 408-02, parcel 77, 5663 Dorchester Road, and Council District 5.
Hear a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
is this first reading or final reading?
It's first reading.
It's first reading.
Because you said final.
Oh.
You said final. Yeah.
Is it
I was
final?
wrong. It's first.
It's first reading.
It's first.
Okay.
That's first.
Yes.
Julie said.
I said final.
It's first reading. Correct.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Rome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Hayward?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
And Mayor Summy.
Aye.
The next item is a first reading of an ordinance Adopting a bill to be entitled 53-V, addressed as 5332 Walton Street, identified as Charleston County number 408-02, parcel 84, making it a part of present City Council District 5, and also amending the zoning map of the City of North Charleston to rezone the property from R2 multifamily residential to M1 light industrial, and amending the comprehensive plan for that same parcel, changing from multifamily residential to light industrial.
Okay, report on it, dear.
Good evening, all. We have a proposed rezoning at 4332 Walton Street. The existing zoning that it would come into the city with would be R2 multifamily residential, and the requested rezoning is for M1 light industrial. It's approximately 13,698 square feet and would be in Council District 5. There's a picture of the property there along Walton Street, and a zoomed out picture of the Federessa neighborhood. And the proposed rezoning, again, is to zone it from multifamily residential to M1 light industrial. And this would require an amendment to the comprehensive plan, changing the map from multifamily residential designation to light industrial. Subject parcel is located in the Federessa neighborhood. The applicant is applying for a rezoning from R2 to M1, which would allow development of the site to host a number of light industrial uses. The subject property does not meet the minimum lot size requirement for M1 zone parcels. It is being proposed for annexation along with the 4-acre wooded parcel located to its rear. And the comprehensive plan's future land use map would require an amendment to support the requested rezoning. Based on the residential nature of the streets nearest to the subject parcel, the incompatibility of M1 within residential areas, the lack of support from the comprehensive plan, and the size of the parcel not meeting the minimum criteria for M1 zone parcel, staff has recommended denial of the rezoning, and the Planning Commission has also recommended denial.
Any questions by council? Hearing none, without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets next Thursday at 5 p.m.
The next item is an ordinance for first reading, rezoning the properties addressed as 4333 and 4337 Leslie Street, identified as Charleston County TMS numbers 408-02, parcels 73 and 74, from R2 multifamily residential to R3 mobile home residential, and concurrently amending the comprehensive plan's future land use map for those same parcels, changing from light industrial to mobile home in City Council District 5.
Okay, we have a rezoning at 4333 and 4337 Leslie Street. The existing zonings are R2 multifamily residential, and the request is for R3 mobile home residential. It's approximately 1.14 acres in Council District 5. There you have a picture of the two properties along Leslie Street and a zoomed out picture of the neighborhood there with those parcels highlighted in blue. Proposed rezoning request is to rezone the properties from R2 multifamily residential, shown there in orange in the map, to R3 mobile home residential. And this would require the comprehensive plan map to be amended from light industrial to mobile home. Subject parcels are located in the Federessa neighborhood along Leslie Street. The applicant is applying for a rezoning from R2 to R3, which would conform the zoning to the uses currently on the properties, although the properties are currently non-conforming. Individually, each parcel exceeds the minimum lot size of 6,000 square feet for R3 zoned properties, and the comprehensive plan's future land use designation for the parcels is light industrial, therefore would require it to be amended to mobile home to support the proposed rezoning. The property directly across Leslie Street from parcel 74 is zoned R3 mobile home residential, and it has a mobile home future land use as well. While there is an abundance of manufactured homes in the Federessa area, there are a few other properties that have R3 zoning. Given the existing uses on the properties and the close proximity of other R3 zone property and uses, staff has recommended approval of the rezoning, and the Planning Commission is also recommending approval.
Any questions by council? Hearing none, without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item is an ordinance for first reading, rezoning the property addressed as 5624 Rivers Avenue, identified as Charleston County TMS numbers 472-08, parcel 104, from B2 general business to B3 commercial, recreation, and highway-oriented uses, and concurrently amending the comprehensive plan's future land use map for that same parcel, changing from major business retail to highway-oriented use in City Council District 7.
Okay, we have a requested rezoning at 5624 Rivers Avenue. The existing zoning is B2 General Business, and the request is for B3 Commercial Recreation and Highway-Oriented Uses. And that is in Council District 7. There you have an aerial view of the property along Rivers Avenue and a zoomed-out version of the property at Rivers Avenue. Proposed rezoning request is to rezone it from B2 General Business, shown there in red on the map, to B3 Commercial Recreation and Highway-Oriented Uses. And the rezoning would require a proposed map amendment from Major Business Retail to Highway-Oriented Use. The subject parcel is located along Rivers Avenue, just south of the Remount Road intersection. The applicant's applying for a rezoning from B2 to B3, which would expand the allowable uses. The property meets the lot size requirement for B3 zoned parcels, and while there is nearby B3 zone property on the north side, the subject parcel does abut single-family residential and other B2 zone properties. Comprehensive Plan's future land use map designates the parcel for major business and would require an amendment to highway-oriented use to support the rezoning. Based on the lack of support from the Comprehensive Plan, staff recommends denial, and the Planning Commission's also recommending denial.
Any questions by council? Hearing none, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item on the agenda is the first reading of an ordinance rezoning the property addressed as 1935 Burton Lane. Is that correct? Okay. Because that's not what's in my book. That's what I was asking. Identified as Charleston County TMS number 466-03, parcel 92, from R1 Single Family Residential to B2 General Business, and concurrently amending the Comprehensive Plan's future land use map for that same parcel, changing from Single Family Traditional to Major Business Retail in Council District 7.
Okay,
May I make a correction?
That's
I don't believe
Council
Burton
10.
Lane is in 7.
You're right, and the
I
next
think
sheet
it's
it
in
says
10.
yes,
10.
it does say
Yes.
10.
Council District 10.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have proposed rezoning at 1935 Burton Lane. The existing zonings are R1 Single Family Residential, and the proposal is for B2 General Business, and it's 25,000 square feet in Council District 10. And there's an aerial version of the property at Burton Lane and a zoomed out version of the neighborhood. And the proposed rezoning request is to rezone it from R1 Single Family Residential, shown there in light yellow on the map, to B2 General Business. And a rezoning would require a map amendment to the comprehensive plan, changing the designation from Single Family Traditional to Major Business Retail. The subject parcel is located in the 5 Mile neighborhood on Burton Lane. The applicant is applying for a rezoning from R1 to B2, which would allow redevelopment of the site into a number of commercial and multifamily uses. The property meets the lot size requirement for B2 zone parcels, but there are no adjacent B2 uses. The comprehensive plan would require an amendment to support the rezoning. As the property is in the middle of a single-family neighborhood with all of the adjacent parcels zoned R1, and the change is not supported by the comprehensive plan, staff is recommending denial, and the Planning Commission is also recommending denial.
Any questions by council? Hearing none without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item on the agenda is an ordinance for first reading rezoning the properties addressed as 4006, 4010, 4049, 4052, 4055, 4060, 4064, 4066, 4070, 4074, 4075, 4101, 4107, 4111, 4119, 4189, and 4193 South Rhett Avenue, 1832 Helm Avenue, 4062 Colleton Avenue, 4080 Sproul Avenue, 4034 Four Pools Park Drive, 4135 Spartanburg Avenue, 4102 Rivers Avenue, and 1808, 1810, 1812, 1816, 1822, and 1824, and 1826 Orangeburg Street, identified as Charleston County TMS numbers 470-12, parcels 33, 36, 38, 44, 45, 46, 470-14, parcels 169, 195, 197, 47015, parcel 9, 13, 19, 36, and 74, and in portions of TMS numbers 470-11, parcel 69, 47012, parcel 101, 47015, parcel 20, from R3 Mobile Home Residential to R2 Multifamily Residential in City Council District 7.
Okay, we have a proposed rezoning request of 17 properties owned by the City of North Charleston in Council District 7. There's an aerial view of the properties, are all highlighted in red in there along South Red Avenue and Sproul and Rivers. And there's a zoomed out aerial of the neighborhood south of Park Circle. And the proposed rezoning request is to change those 17 properties or portions of them from R3 Mobile Home Residential to R2 Multifamily Residential. And there is the future land use designation is conservation, parks and recreation, multifamily residential, and major business retail on these properties. The subject parcels are in various locations along or near Noisette Creek, just south of the Park Circle neighborhood. The city is seeking to rezone its properties along Noisette Creek from R3 Mobile Home Residential to R2 Multifamily Residential to better align the properties with the city's vision for the area and the economic development trends along the creek. Comprehensive Plan's future land use map identifies the parcel with multifamily residential and conservation designations, which support the rezoning. Based on aligning the zoning with the comprehensive plan designation, staff is recommending approval, and the Planning Commission is also recommending approval.
Any questions by council? Hearing none, without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item is an ordinance for first reading, rezoning the properties addressed as 4313 and 4317 Bream Road, identified as Charleston County TMS numbers 408-10, parcel 236 to 238, from ON Neighborhood Office to R2 Multifamily Residential, and concurrently amending the comprehensive plan's future land use map for those same parcels, changing from office professional to multifamily residential in City Council District 5.
Okay, we have a proposed rezoning request at 4313 to 4317 Bream Road. The existing zoning's office or neighborhood office, and the request is for multifamily residential, and it's approximately all the properties together are 29,210 square feet in Council District 5. There you have an aerial of the 3 properties along Bream Road and a zoomed out version of the neighborhood. And the proposed rezoning request is to rezone from office neighborhood, shown there in the purple, to R2 multifamily residential. And this would require a map amendment to the comprehensive plan map, changing it from office professional to multifamily residential to support the rezoning. Subject parcels are located at the intersection of Bream Road and Fowler Drive, with the entrance to Ashley Villas across Bream Road from the properties, and the entrance to Evanston Estates to the southwest of the properties along Bream Road. The applicant's applying for a rezoning from ON to R2, which would allow for the development of various forms of multifamily housing on the parcels. Each parcel exceeds the minimum lot size of 6,000 square feet for R2 zone properties. The comprehensive plan would require an amendment to support the requested zoning. The properties have adjacent R2 zoning and uses, and the single-family uses found nearby in the Evanston Estates neighborhood are separated from the subject parcels by a creek and a bridge on Bream Road. Based on the close proximity of R2 zone property and the separation from other uses, staff has recommended approval, and the Planning Commission's recommending denial.
Any questions by council? Without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item is an ordinance for first reading to amend the planned development district known as Dorchester Senior Independent and Assisted Living Project, located at 8601 Dorchester Road, Dorchester County TMS number 171, parcel 71, parcel 220 and 221, to increase the unit count from 144 to 149 and lower the age restriction from 62 to 55, and to incorporate a memory unit in the planned development in Council District 9.
Okay, we have a proposed PD amendment at 8601 Dorchester Road. That PD is known as Dorchester Senior Independent and Assisted Living Project, and that is in Council District 9. There you have an aerial of the properties that encompass the existing PD. and a zoomed out aerial of the neighborhood there. And the PD boundaries are shown there in that teal color, and they encompass 3 properties. And the amendment is to increase the unit count from 144 units to 149, lower the age restriction from 62 to 55, and incorporate a memory care unit. And the comprehensive plan's future land use designates this as multifamily residential in accordance with the PDD. There is a concept plan for the layout of the properties. The subject parcels are large tracts of undeveloped land along Dorchester Road at the entrance to the Whitehall neighborhood. The properties make up the previously approved Dorchester Senior Independent and Assisted Living Project that was approved in 2009 but was never developed. The proposed changes include increasing the number of units from 144 to 149, lowering the age restriction, adding a memory care unit, increasing the parking ratio, and increasing the parking ratio and height. Staff finds that all of the proposed changes will benefit the project overall and that none of the changes will be detrimental to the surrounding area. Based on these findings, staff has recommended approval of the PD amendment, and the Planning Commission is also recommending approval.
Any questions by council? Hearing none, without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item is an ordinance for first reading, amending the zoning ordinance to add section 5-3B2 to allow artists and photography studios as conditional uses within the ON Neighborhood Office District, and sections 5-3.1 to allow neighborhood office use within the B1 zoning district.
Okay, we have a proposed zoning text amendment to amend section 5-3B2 of the ordinance. This would allow artists and photographic studios as a conditional use within the office neighborhood district. And staff is recommending approval, and the Planning Commission is also recommending approval.
Any questions by council? Without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
The next item is an ordinance for first reading, amending section 10-20B6 of the zoning ordinance of the City of North Charleston to allow an exemption for a 3rd story in the Old North Charleston Neighborhood Conservation District.
Okay, again, we have a proposed zoning text amendment to amend section 10-20B6. And that specific text amendment applies to the number of stories allowed within that conservation overlay district, and a 3rd story in the form of an open or enclosed drive under garage may be permitted should the structure be required to be elevated, is the actual text amendment due to the flood ordinance requirements. Staff is recommending approval, and the Planning Commission's recommended approval as well.
Any questions by council? Without objection, it's referred to the Public Safety Committee, which meets at 5 p.m. next Thursday.
Thank you.
That's it. Anybody here to speak?
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Sami, Consul, good evening. Mayor Sami, the United States military is, again, on foreign soil, as they always are, but this is a kind of in harm's way agenda. So I'm asking our city to pray for them, to encourage them to support our military in any way that they can, so that they will know that they're loved and we empathize with them where they are. Our hearts and prayers go out to these service members, and we know that freedom is not free. To the men and women in uniform, to the men and women in harm's way, we salute you.
Thank you, ma'am. We would like to welcome our newest council member, Councilmember Jerome Hayward, for his first meeting. Glad to have you aboard, and look forward to working together for the betterment of our community. God bless you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
can we, I'd like to make a motion for executive session and discuss a personnel matter.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson? Aye. Mr. Hayward?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King? Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye. We'll be back shortly.